Okay, the markets are down again today. Has a lot to do with the fact that, again, the stimulus bill is being debated. There are no conclusions as of yet. It's over in the Senate, and they are talking about limiting the pool of Americans that can actually receive the $1,400 stimulus check. So I'm going to give you some information in a minute, and you can find out whether the Senate plan will result in you getting one of these stimulus checks or not. So let's get right to it. Now, as I read this, I want you to keep in mind a theme that we here at Money Changes Everything really try to emphasize. I love my country, but I do not trust my government because they're always up to something shady, and usually it results in the American taxpayer footing the bill and being shafted. And this $1.9 trillion stimulus bill is no exception. So let's take a look at what the Senate is talking about under their plan with these stimulus checks. Under the plan approved by the House last week, the $1,400 payments phase out completely for individuals making $100,000 and married couples making $200,000. Lawmakers in the Senate, where it is now, are expected to bring the payments to zero for individuals making $80,000 and married couples making $160,000. So they're bringing it way down. Individuals making less than $75,000 and married couples with incomes lower than $150,000. Say that again. Married couples with incomes lower than $150,000 will still receive the full $1,400 check. Now, there's a lot of debate going on about, do we need to send these checks out? Don't we? Look, all I know is there are a lot of people suffering as a result of decisions that had nothing to do with them. A lot of businesses were closed. A lot of people were put out of employment, millions of people. So there are people out there that are going to need this. And they have a saying, it's better that 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man spend a day in prison. I kind of feel the same way about the stimulus. It is better that 10 people who don't need this money get it, as opposed to one person who needs it not getting it. Again, these decisions were made. People are out of work, facing foreclosure, all sorts of repossessions through no fault of their own. So the Senate needs to act on this and get money into the hands of people that need it. Now, the other thing that the Senate did, and well, before I get to that, let me just tell you this. They, with this little move here, they would save a whopping $12 billion off of a $1.9 trillion stimulus bill. Okay, so that amounts to about 0.6%. So the Senate can come out and say, hey, we were actually more frugal. We saved $12 billion, which is a literal drop in the bucket when you add this whole thing up. And then another question I've got for you is this. What's going to happen to that $12 million? Is it still going to be a $1.9 trillion stimulus bill? And we just lop $12 billion off for people who, make over a certain amount? Where's that money going to go? I don't trust this government. And you know what? It's not paranoia if they're really out to get you. So let's look at the other issue that people have some questions about. There's a lot in this stimulus bill. Okay, we went over that in previous video. You can take a look at it. But the other thing is the unemployment benefits. Centrists weren't successful in their push to whittle the size of weekly federal jobless aid down to $300 from the $400 level passed by the House, where it is expected to remain in the Senate bill. So the supplemental unemployment benefit from the federal government is going to be $400. It looks like that will stand. So those people who are currently still out of work, and again, I drove by an AMC theater the other day, and it was just incredible. the lot was totally empty, nothing going on there. There are a lot of people who are still suffering from unemployment that they did nothing to bring about on their own. So that's what's going on here with the stimulus bill. We'll see what happens. I tell you what, Wall Street seems like they're kind of addicted to this, and that's not a good thing. So one school of thought says that, once we get this money into the economy, things will start to really turn around and we'll be able to stand on our own 2 feet economically. But even on the other side of this, no matter what happens, we're coming out of it with over $30 trillion in debt. So do not be surprised when the legislature starts to take up tax increases. Talk to you soon.